Miketz, Rishon. So we pick up where we left off. Yosef is in jail, and in fact, he's going to have another 2 years in jail because he listened and put his trust in men instead of in God. And then after 2 years, Vayhi Miketz Shnayim Yomi, Paro is dreaming, and he has this very, very famous dream. Everyone knows the dream. He sees these beautiful, plump, juicy cows come up out of the Nile River, Vatir Ena Ba'ahu, and they graze in a swamp. And then all of a sudden, these 7 nasty, gnarly cows crawl out after them, and they eat up the big, delicious, juicy cows. And that's like a very disturbing dream. And Paro wakes up and is like, wow, I must have had something very strange for dinner. And he goes back to sleep. And then via Chalom Shenis, he dreams again. And in this dream, there are these beautiful stalks of wheat, 7 delicious, robust, juicy stalks of wheat that come up out of the Nile. And growing up after them are 7 gnarled, blighted, nasty 7 stalks of wheat that in fact do the same thing as the cows and swallow the beautiful stalks of wheat. Paro wakes up and he is intensely, intensely troubled. So when you're king of Egypt and you have a bad dream, you call all your horses and all your men and you try to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And he calls his sorcerers and his necromancers and his advisors and his philosophers and his psychiatrists. But ein posero som leparo. No one is able to interpret his dream in a way that's satisfactory to him. And all of a sudden his butler, the cupbearer, is like, I remember when I was in jail a couple years ago, I was there with this Vishami Tanu Nari Vri. There was this young Jew who was there. And I had a dream along with the baker, Ish Kachalamo Pasar, and he interpreted our dreams. So maybe, Your Majesty, you should get Yosef. And immediately they call to the jail, they call the warden, they get him out, they run him out of there, and they shave him up, and they give him some nice clothes, and he stands up before Paro. And fun fact, according to the Gemara, based upon a pasuk in Tehillim, that day that Yosef stood before Paro was Rosh Hashanah. And I just want to leave you with a very simple question. In the very beginning of the first dream, it says that the cows, the 7 fat cows, Vatir Ena Ba'ahu, they grazed in a swamp. And I'm just curious, what does that mean? And why does it need to be there?